Who would have guessed that a skinny kid from a quiet corner of Spain would shake the entire tennis world to its core this quickly? What makes Carlos Alcaraz unbelievable isn't just his insane athletic ability, it's how he transformed a modest upbringing in El Palmar into a lifestyle that now rivals the world's elite athletes. And here's what people forget. Carlos wasn't born into luxury, privilege, or a tennis dynasty. El Palmar is a simple, working-class town, far removed from the glamorous spotlight of global tennis. His father, Carlos Sr., ran a small tennis academy with more heart than resources. Nothing high-tech, nothing fancy, just basic courts and pure dedication. His mother, Virginia, kept everything stable at home, and his brothers helped out however they could. Picture this, chasing a world-class dream in a place where even getting fresh tennis balls felt like a financial stretch. That's exactly how Alcaraz grew up. Limited equipment, limited money, but unlimited fire. Those early hardships didn't slow him down, they hardened him. Every struggle added fuel. From day one, Carlos wasn't just playing for himself. He played for his family, for his neighborhood, and for the dream that someday he'd stand next to legends. However, the most remarkable aspect of the whole situation is that Alcaraz's family, who were always the mainstay of his success, never ceased to support him even when he became extremely popular. It was not only the father who gave the son a racket, but he also forged the temperament that helped the child to endure even the hardest of matches. Carlos Sr. instilled the notions of discipline, consistency, and the importance of doing one's best. The mother made him a very down-to-earth person, regardless of the number of cups he collected. And what about the siblings? They were responsible for keeping his skills at the top level and bringing out the best in him. Alcaraz does not mind going to El Palmar even now, and that is the reason why. There is no Beverly Hills mansion, no huge villas in different parts of the world, just home. What would you do if you were in his position? Would you go for the glitzy life or remain close to your roots? Carlos thought of it as going back to being loyal first, and that decision was the one that formed the totality of the person we see today. If anything, his journey was already amazing, but then it completely transformed the moment he met Juan Carlos Ferrero, the ex-world #1 and French Open winner. Their collaboration was more like fate than coaching. Ferrero recognized something extraordinary. He saw not only pure talent, but also maturity and humility within a daring competitor. Alcaraz was under the expertise of Ferrero, who helped the kid transform his roughness into professionalism. The improvement of strokes was only one of the areas where Ferrero's influence was felt. He taught Alcaraz to cope with pressure, to remain calm in the middle of a 5-set war, and to behave like a future world #1. It is a common scene for the majority of young players to crumble when they are compared with Nadal, Federer, and Djokovic. Yet Ferrero helped Alcaraz to accept such expectations rather than flee from them. And to be honest, such kind of guidance is the main reason Alcaraz is playing as if he is much older than his actual age. It was not merely coaching that Ferrero carried out, but rather the drawing of a roadmap for one's ascent to the pinnacle of success, which was given to him.
Es un partido muy complicado, pero bueno, voy a salir a dar lo mejor de mí.
And then came the moment the world realized he was different. His ATP debut in Rio de Janeiro wasn't just impressive, it was an announcement. His style lit up the court, fearless movement, explosive speed, and ridiculous shot making. Fans and commentators instantly started comparing him to the big three: Nadal's intensity, Federer's elegance, and Djokovic's mental steel. Imagine being a teenager walking into locker rooms filled with players you idolized, and then beating them. That's exactly what Alcaraz did. In my opinion, Rio was when everyone stopped calling him the next big thing and started calling him the threat. And then came the tournament that truly flipped everything. The 2022 US Open wasn't just another event, it was the moment Alcaraz grabbed the sport by the throat and said, "I'm here." At just 19, he survived multiple marathon 5-setters, proving not just talent, but insane stamina and mental toughness. When he lifted the trophy, he became the youngest male world #1 in history. You heard that right, the youngest ever. Younger than Nadal, Federer, and Djokovic. All of them. This was the night tennis officially entered a new era. The Big Three's dominance didn't end. It simply met its successor. And overnight, Alcaraz went from rising star to global icon. Now let's talk about Wimbledon 2023, because that match, absolute madness. Everyone assumed Djokovic would win. Center court was basically his backyard, but Carlos didn't read the script. He fought through those 5 sets with the confidence of someone rewriting tennis history. And he wasn't done. In 2024, he walked right back onto that grass and defended the title like it was nothing. 2 Wimbledon titles before age 22. That's not promising, that's historic. In my opinion, this was the moment he stopped being compared to the big 3 and started becoming his own category. Just when everyone thought the script couldn't get any more dramatic, Alcaraz conquered Roland Garros in 2024. The clay courts where Nadal built his empire? Carlos stepped right in and made his own mark. This win proved he wasn't just a grass or hard court specialist, he could dominate every surface. Then came the Paris Olympics. Representing Spain at the most significant event, he fought his way to the finals and earned the silver medal. Certainly he desired the gold. However, that silver was proof of something even more crucial. His thirst for success had not even reached its maximum level yet. From Paris to Paris, his legacy was evolving at a rapid pace. And this is where the story gets even more interesting. Alcaraz is not only a monster on the court, but also a marketing sensation off it. Nike was quick to secure a long-term contract with him, positioning him as one of the brand's global faces along with the others. Rolex was next, joining forces with its increasing prestige and its premium image. After that, BMW came in, showcasing its speed and accuracy. Finally, Calvin Klein included him in their promotions, placing him on magazine covers and billboards. He became one of the most sought-after athletes in the world before he even turned 25. What is it that attracts so much? The answer is very simple. Brands prefer athletes who feel authentic. Carlos behaves like a modest boy from El Palmar, while his performance is that of a world-class superstar. This combination of genuineness and power is exceptional. That is why a player from a tiny Spanish town is now sought after by international corporations for his autograph. And now we get to the money, which is getting wild. Prize money from ATP events, Masters titles, and Grand Slams has already earned him millions. Add his endorsements, Nike, Rolex, BMW, CK, and the numbers go through the roof. With appearance fees and sponsorship bonuses included, his net worth has already climbed into the multi-million range. And here's the twist. He isn't blowing it on private jets, exotic car fleets, or over-the-top mansions. Most young stars get rich fast and spend it even faster. But Carlos is building long-term wealth. According to me, that's what sets him apart. He's thinking like an athlete who plans to stay relevant for decades. Will he reach Federer-level billionaire status one day? Hard to say, but he's definitely laying the foundation for it. But here's the part that shocks most fans. Despite all the millions coming in, Carlos still lives in the same town he grew up in, El Palmar. No Hollywood mansion, no Lamborghini collection, no giant penthouse overlooking major cities. His car choices are modest, his home is simple, his routine hasn't changed much from before he became a superstar. Why? Because El Palmar keeps him grounded. It reminds him of where everything started. While others chase luxury, Carlos chases peace, focus, and connection with family. Honestly, think about it. After winning Wimbledon, most athletes throw massive parties. Carlos? He goes home and has dinner with his family like it's a regular day. That's not normal for a superstar, that's discipline. And then we get to the part fans are always digging for, his personal life. For years, rumors have circulated about his connection with Maria Gonzalez Jimenez, but Carlos keeps everything extremely private. He avoids the spotlight when he's off the court. No scandals, no messy headlines, no attention-seeking drama. Even his tattoos carry deep meaning. Each symbol represents family values, motivation, or a key moment in his journey. Nothing random. Everything is intentional. In a generation where athletes share every detail online, Alcaraz is the opposite. He chooses silence over noise, and in my opinion, that makes him more relatable. Just a regular guy who happens to be insanely good at tennis. Would you be able to handle fame like that? Keeping your life private when millions want a piece of you? Now let's talk about the real secret behind his dominance, his routine. Carlos trains like someone who's constantly chasing the #1 spot, even when he's already there. His sessions are brutal, explosive footwork, endurance circuits, strength training, and tactical drills. His fitness is built for long battles, not quick wins. His diet is strict and balanced. Recovery sessions, physiotherapy, ice baths, stretching are non-negotiable, and mentally, he works just as hard. Visualization, focus exercises, emotional control, that's why he stays calm in 5-set wars where others crumble. According to me, this is the gap between talent and greatness. Many players have skill, very few have the discipline Alcaraz shows at his age. That's what makes him different. And just when you think you figured him out, he hits you with his core philosophy: greatness without ego. He believes in grinding harder, staying humble, and remembering exactly where he started. No flashy slogans, no motivational theatrics, just pure intention. Make no mistake, he wants a legacy like the Big Three. He wants respect, impact, and history, but he refuses to imitate anyone. He's not trying to be Nadal, Federer, or Djokovic. He wants to be the first Carlos Alcaraz. That's the difference. Even if he wins 10 more Grand Slams, he'll still see himself as that same kid hitting balls on a simple court in El Palmar. And honestly, that's why I think he's destined for greatness. Not fame, not popular, greatness. Because he's not chasing the spotlight, he's chasing improvement. His story isn't finished, not even close. If this is chapter 1, the next chapters might rewrite tennis history. So tell me, do you believe Alcaraz will surpass the Big Three? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit like and subscribe. Big stuff is coming next.